Yeah, one of the pieces of artwork you sent me was Laura sitting on the ground holding a Bible. And you said, in your words, you're like,
Yeah.
you just swear to me. So what was that picture about? What happened then when she was holding the Bible?
Well, when I went in Laura's bedroom that night, I asked her to swear on the Bible that I was her. I had her swear on the Bible that I was Laura and that Penny was my mom and not her mom.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking with her head mentally, therefore.
Yeah. And you said you were wearing her clothes too, right? From the clothes that you found in the crawl space?
I was wearing, right, crawl space, yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I had everything. So, and if she was wearing clothes, I had her remove the clothes she was wearing and put up some boys' clothes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentally I was messing with her head big time.
And what other ways were
I
you?
was fucking with her head big time.
And what other things were you doing with her or to her? And you said messing with her a little bit to get back at her. It wasn't something with like pepperoni or something like that, or a roll of pepperoni.
Oh yeah, I put a pepperoni in her vagina, making her think she had a penis and stuff.
Is that
just to fuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I did all sorts of things just mess with her head. That's all.
No, I said, what was your plan for that night? Just to mess with her? Was it to kill her? Was it to take her somewhere else? Or
no, I was going to take her out to the woods. I mean, but by mistake I did duct tape her mouth so she couldn't make any noise.
Mm-hmm.
And by mistake I duct taped her nose too, and she suffocated.
Okay.
So in a rush to remove the tape from her mouth, her nose, I nipped her ear. That's where the blood comes from.
Okay. There's a lot of misconceptions about why you did what you did, but a lot of people don't know. What Michelle stemmed from was her father while you were riding a bike. So what happened with her father? What did her father do to you that day?
About 6 weeks before I had kidnapped Michelle, her father was driving down, I think it was Flower Road, and he clipped me with his car and kept going. And you see this on the news all the time where cars hit bicycle riders and they keep going, hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
But I had someone witness the accident and gave me the car, the license number, everything. I went to motor vehicle and get all that information. I found out it was Carl Dorr. So in my mind, when Michelle walked up to me and asked me if my brother's daughter's home, she said, Michelle asked me, is Elizabeth home? I said, no, she's out at a soccer game. I said, I could take you there. So we go back, when I go back down to Michelle's house, and I see her father, he's drunk, he's smoking pot with his friend, they're watching some car race. She goes up and gets some clothes and stuff. I told Carl I'm going to take her. He doesn't even remember this because he was drunk at the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, well, this is a great time to get. In my mind, I said, this is a great way I can fuck that son of a bitch for running me over his car. So I took Michelle to abandoned house in Bethesda, and put her in in the basement where there was like a roof cellar. So I mean, she could get light during the daytime, but nothing during night.
Mm-hmm.
But she couldn't get out of it because it was like I forget it was more like a root cellar.
Sure.
So I had something covered so she couldn't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a bucket in there so she could go to the bathroom and food and stuff. What happened was, then I drove, when I went back to where I lived, I put my bike in my car and drove to work. This way, I parked my car like a couple blocks from where I work and rode my bicycle. I parked my car in front of a client's house. I had some clients in Chevy Chase, Maryland. So I parked my car in front of a client's house, which I had permission before, and rode my bicycle to work the rest of the way. So my employer would see me riding my bike. See, I rode my bike to work all the time anyway. And where I lived in Aspen Hill area, and I'd bicycle every day, even in rainy weather. That takes more than 2 hours, 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And so I drove my car, then parked it with 2 blocks of where I work, and then drove my bike to work so everybody see me ride a bike. So if anybody asks questions, they say, yeah, he rode his bike to work. That's what messes up their timeline.
Sure.
Then, after that incident, about a week after that incident, the police interrogate me. I said, I can come and you can ask me questions. I can come and please and ask me, but I have to go to work at 2:00. They said, oh, no problem with that. They never let me leave. The police station made me late for work. So, I'm supposed to be at work like at 3 in the afternoon. They kept me there till 11 o'clock at night, so I'd be late for work. Dinner hour would be over back at Country Club. So when I showed up in the restaurant, the Country Club, the chef said, I don't know where you've been. No one called us. The next day when I go to work, the country said, we're laying you off. We don't need you anymore. So that's the police that cost me my job.
Yeah.
And since they were following after that incident, the police followed me wherever I went for more than a week. So I knew if I went back to Michelle, I would lead them right to her. So what I did was I left the state. I went somewhere else. So so when I left the state, it means Michelle couldn't get out of that house where I had her, so she died.
Yeah.
From, I guess, hunger. I guess hunger. Hunger or whatever. When I came back, like 6 months later, when I came back, when I went to the house and she was dead, I knew a place where to bury her, so I just buried her. She was dead. That's how she died. I didn't kill her. Well, I'm responsible for her death, but I didn't stab her or shove her. She died because she was trapped in a basement where she couldn't get out, like a root cellar.
Yeah. Because when you read online, it said that they thought you had killed her in there's a couple of rumors that you killed her in the brother's house because after your brother sold the house, they sanded and finished the floor, but they found her blood supposedly in the floorboards. And then another rumor was that you actually cut her throat and then you ate some of her, getting the nickname, the cannibal this.
I don't eat any. I don't eat. Did you say after my brother sold his house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said.
Well, he never sold that house. He never sold that house. He still has that house.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I do.
Gotcha.
He still has that house. And I never took her in my brother's house that day. We went when she came up to me and said, "Hey, retard." My brother knows I have a learning disability from a child, and he taught her to call me retard. And I was called retard a lot as a child because of my learning disability.
Yeah.
And my brother thought I was retarded one time. So that pissed me off right there when she said that. I said, when she said that, I'm going to get my brother back and Carl Dorr back at the same time. And that's why I said, let's go down to your house and see if your father, I can take your father to the soccer game. That's when I noticed Carl Dorr was drunk and smoking this pot and everything. I said, man, this is my chance to get him back at the same time. So she never went in my brother's house. Not that day when I was there.
Gotcha.
So we went down. When we came back, she got in my car. I mean, I didn't put Michelle knew who I was because I used to bake cookies with her and my niece, or I take her, Michelle, and my three brother's kids to the zoo, working in the zoo, or to museums and movies and stuff. To my brother's kids all the time. So Michelle knew who I was. That's why she wasn't scared of me.
Okay.
It was, it was easy for me to, I didn't have to physically put her into my car. She just got into my car by herself.
Okay.